It's Calxiyn here, and today we are going to go over the Frozer official trailer. So a lot of you guys are getting a little worried because of a scene at the beginning, which I am actually gonna play for you guys. Obviously, there's this little scene at the start where it seems like Adrien is revealing his identity to Ladybug, and like it's this whole thing. A lot of people are worried that it's like the actual reveal and they like spoiled it in the trailer and like all that stuff, but I'm here to tell you basically what I think. So I'm gonna go slowly through the trailer and try and give an explanation of what's going on. I am personally of the camp that thinks that this is a dream type situation, so we're gonna slow it down. So obviously right here you have Cat Noir transforming himself in broad daylight on this roof somewhere. Plague doesn't seem to come out of the ring, which is my first piece of like, hey, maybe this is just Adrien having a dream, because, you know, obviously, when they detransform, their, Kwamis are always sort of there. Obviously, he's running towards her. She has a reaction. It seems like he could be confessing his love, right? And then it switches. So I think that this is a total dream scenario, especially because, like, I don't think Adrien's just dumb enough to do it, like, in public. Like, they're on the roof, you know what I mean? Like, and this could also be maybe the roof where he planned the date, so his dream self is sort of going back to that moment where Ladybug didn't show up for his, like, romantic dinner. Like, I don't know, maybe that's, like, too much, but you guys understand what I'm saying. I think that what's happening here is basically, step one, Adrien has a dream about Marinette, and Marinette in his dream, who he doesn't know is Marinette, but Ladybug in his dream has an adverse reaction to his true identity, right? He discusses this with Kagami, obviously not revealing sort of the significant details, but he's like, hey, like, I keep having this nightmare that, like, the person I like is gonna reject me and all that stuff. Like, she tries to make him feel better, and, like, sort of that conversation sort of pushes him towards her as, like, the other love interest, if that makes sense. I also think that it's possible that Adrien could have been planning to reveal his identity, but then had the nightmare, which is why he has the rose with him, because he was like, okay, like tomorrow I'm gonna do this, like, I'm ready, like, I got my rose, I'm gonna put it in the fridge, or whatever you do to preserve flowers, right? And, like, we're gonna do it tomorrow. And then he woke up because of his nightmare, and he was like, yikes. So then, you know, he's been kind of debating himself, like, with himself. He talked to Kagami, and she made him feel better, and he gives the rose to her, and she's obviously surprised there. Meanwhile, I don't know what's going on over here, but, like, obviously there's some sort of date stuff going on, with them two, so I don't think that's relevant, like, unless it's Marinette having the dream that it's Adrien. Like, that's just some wish fulfillment. I don't know why she'd be on a date with Luca if that was the case, but, like, they're doing some stuff. That's probably the guy that's getting akumatized. Alright, so this part isn't necessarily super important, but obviously, there is something else I want to kind of talk about, which is, this. So obviously we're getting some ice power and all of that. So yeah, this is basically what I think, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that it's a dream and it's supposed to be, like, something deep in Adrien's subconscious. Especially, like, look, okay? There's one billboard there, and I know Adrien's face is around a lot, but look. Boom, boom, boom. Like, I think that the whole purpose is, right, is that Adrien is afraid that, like, Ladybug is gonna reject the fact that he is Adrien. Like, I think that, to some extent, Cat Noir is, like, when he feels the truest to himself, because he doesn't have to uphold his father's standards in public. And I think that the billboards are, like, a subconscious sort of reminder of himself, if that makes sense. I don't know if it's that deep, guys, but, like, I feel like that it's a dream in that sense, because it's almost like in his mind is reminding him, like, oh, you're like Adrien, boom, 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 and, like, has his face everywhere. Like, usually Paris already has his face everywhere, but I think that it's so prominent in all of the shots, it's supposed to be some subconscious thing that, you know, like, they won't like you if you're Adrian, or, you know, she doesn't like you as Cat Noir, and that's your true self, and, like, Adrian is your maybe less true to yourself self, so she's not gonna like you. Just all of these fears, right? And I think that's what happened. I think that he was, you know, planning to do it, that he wanted to do it, he had the nightmare, and so he talked to Kagami about it, possibly. And, you know, she made him feel better. Maybe he was like, hey, like, maybe he talked about how, like, Ladybug doesn't seem to be too interested in him, and maybe she was like, hey, your dreams are telling you something, maybe you should just move on, and he was like, you know what, you're right, and gave the rose, and whatever. Anyway, I don't think this is a big deal. Like, people are concerned, but, like, we already know that they're both endgame, right? Like, we both know that Adrian and Marinette are endgame in whatever capacity, and so this is just for the purpose of character development and some intrigue and all of that. Like, I don't think that it's, like, gonna be this huge thing where, like, they never get together because, you know, she ends up with Luca and he ends up with Kaga. Like, I don't think that that's the purpose, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think that's the point. I think it's supposed to sort of develop their relationships and their rapport with other characters, and maybe if they're, like, going on dates, make them a little more romantic savvy, you know. Like, Marinette still acts like a pretty creepy, like, stalkerish teenage girl, you know what I mean? Like, being in an actual relationship with somebody else may help her out in, like, that department. Like, I think this is just sort of a coming-of-age thing. It's about growing up, so I wouldn't freak out. If I turn out to be wrong, y'all can all come over here and tell me, I guess. I had another theory about, like, Adrian suspecting Marinette's identity and all that stuff, and people were like, man, this theory's dead now because of the trailer, and I'm like, listen, guys, alright? Let's everyone just calm down. Also, there is a new episode coming out tomorrow. I don't think that's gonna help anything because it's not this particular one. But it's just something to keep in mind, I guess, if you guys are interested in more of my Miraculous Ladybug content. I'll be reacting to the episode that comes out tomorrow and posting more videos all week. So yeah, I'm just saying, don't worry, guys. I think it's okay. And that's pretty much all I got. So again, if you guys enjoyed this video, you guys should support us on Patreon and all that sort of stuff. And we will see you later. Bye. I had one more thing to talk about. I don't know why everyone hates Kagami and Luca for, like, stepping in the middle of the ships. Like I said, it seems like Adrian and Ladybug or Marinette and Cat Noir, or whatever, like, way that you want to, like, describe both of them, because there's 4 different ship names for these 2 people. Like, I don't understand why everybody's, I guess, upset or, like, thinks that they're getting in the way of the ship and so, like, hate them, like, indiscriminately or whatever. Like, I don't understand the logic in that, just because it's, like, again, it seems like even Master Fu kind of went over that, like, you know, they're sort of intertwined. They're basically Ladybug and Cat Noir. Their Miraculous is, like, form, like, a yin and yang symbol. Like, they need each other and all that, like, destined lovers, all that nonsense, right? So, I don't understand why everybody's getting into such a tizzy anyway. You know what I mean? I think people are more upset at the fact that this could be a legitimate reveal and it was spoiled in the trailer. Like, I understand why people are upset about that, but in terms of, like, there's two sides, I guess, to this story, right? There's the fact that this seems to be a Kagami and Luca, like, other love interest episode, and people are upset about that. And people are also upset about the fact that this may be a legitimate trailer reveal. On that, I feel you guys, because if this does turn out to be, like, the legitimate reveal and they spoiled it in the trailer, like, I don't know what they'd be doing, you know what I mean? But I'm confident it's a dream, and so I haven't been thinking about that. But the people that are upset because they're kind of drifting over, or, like, they're experiencing, like, I don't know, feelings for people that aren't each other. Like, they're still in high school, you know what I mean? Like, y'all have, like, a lot of time to be destined to be together. And maybe I'm just, like, a crabby old woman now or something, you know what I mean? And, like, I'm just, like, in that mindset, I guess. But I'm like, most people don't even, like, stay with their high school sweethearts and all that sort of stuff, because they break up because they go somewhere else and want to experience the world and want to experience what it's like being with other people instead of, like, the same people they've been with since high school and all that. So it's like, they're just I don't want to say they're shopping around. They're just trying to get new experiences, you know what I mean? And they don't even know that the other likes them, really. So it's not like that, like, they rejected each other for Kagami or Luca, right? Like, it's not like Marinette was like, sorry, Cat Noir, I'm in love with Luca now. Like, she didn't do that, right? It's like, you know, they don't even know that the other has feelings for each other or their identities or any of that. So it's like, it's not really their fault if they're like, you know, checking other people out, I guess. That sounds not so nice. But anyway, I'm sure that you guys sort of understand what I'm trying to say. So don't hate on them. It's not their fault, I guess. Plus, I really like Luca's design, and I like Kagami over here. Like, it looks like she goes to some other, like, private school or something. And, like, I don't know what Luca does. I think he's, like, in an older, like, he's in another grade. Like, he's in an older grade than them, but, yeah. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Okay, bye, guys. For reals. Thank you guys for watching, and if you guys want to support the channel, you guys should become patrons over on Patreon. $10 patrons get video tickets, and these video tickets are used to request things like shipping videos, theory videos, or sometimes entire episodes of anime. You guys will see that some of our videos have paid Patreon request or paid Patreon video. Those are these guys who are asking us to do that for them. Our $5 patrons, of course, get early access to everything that we put onto the channel, and our $1 patrons, they are able to join our Discord server just like all of the other tiers on this list, obviously. So if that interests you, then you guys should check it out. A link is in the description down below, and I'm hoping to see you guys again in our Discord server. Bye, guys.